Good evening, my friends. Here are my 2024 predictions. So I've read everyone else's predictions, and I fundamentally disagree with all of them. So here we are. Some of these are a little off the wall. Most will probably come true, but we'll see. I did pretty well in 2023, so 2023 was a truly remarkable year. My God, it's bizarre. Another one I'd like to leave in the rearview mirror of history. So I definitely missed Israel and Hamas popping off, and pissant Yemen shutting down the Red Sea of shipping traffic. Didn't have that, but I don't see how the LHD strike group Bataan doesn't blow them the fuck up. I mean, they're right there. But again, I'm an idiot in Florida. What do I know? Other random geopolitical instability in West Africa with Niger, who apparently they pulled off a successful coup. They told France to fuck off, and their ECOWAS bloc didn't do jack shit. So great job, Niger. And Venezuela and Guyana are popping off, starting slow. It may ratchet up. So, speaking of ratcheting up, the lawfare against Donald Trump seemed like it would be an impossibility in the United States, I'd say 5 years ago. Now, leftoids cheer it on. Very odd. The Chinese spy balloon. So, you let the Chinese spy balloon complete its mission and then shoot it down. Great job. Zero life skill, Beijing Biden administration. So, too long, didn't read summary. Expect chaos all year. Chaos, my friends. So, starting off, most important topic 2024 election. Under no circumstances will Trump be allowed to win the 2024 election. Everything is on the table as far as removing him from the board. The GOP may be foolish enough to throw away the entire future of their party to basically disqualify him as a candidate. And activists masquerading as judges will do their best via continual inane lawfare, and there may even be one or more attempts at assassination. Yes, I went there. But imagine what would happen if the attempt fails. What if they only wound Donald Trump? Or in a made-for-TV event, the zero life skill shooter misses. That would be, holy shit, I'd love to be alive the day after that happens. Wow, it'll be amazing how that's spun on either side. So there will also, you can almost guarantee this one, by the way, there will be a racially motivated, possible police involved incident a la George Floyd around April or May of next year to really gin up the racial division, activate the BLM sects with Antifa shitheads to stir up another summer of hate like in 2020 and maybe cause $20 billion in damage this year. Would de facto President Vicki Nuland declare martial law and suspend the election? Maybe, but I have a feeling American vigilantism would put an end to this in areas that aren't complete shitholes like mine. So, another option they have is a massive cyber attack attempt. Note, attempt. And that's a black swan call of 2024. The attempt will fail. So I know enough about IT and redundancy and failover and disaster recovery and all that stuff to know that most companies are pretty hardened to stuff like this. So unless it's coordinated, which again it wouldn't shock me these days, I think it's going to fail. And that's another last-ditch attempt to cancel the election, but they also want to do the Great Reset combined with that. Again, they're still clinging on to that Great Reset. If the Fed has their central bank digital currency ready to go before or shortly afterward, and they will be willing to convert your assets to their Fed bullshit coin, don't do it, because this will fail spectacularly, as the idiots who planned it have no idea about how information technology works, edit your work, dumbass. So this will be published in about an hour when the video goes live. The legacy media will start to gaslight you about how much the cyber attack was a tragedy, worse than 9/11, 18 Pearl Harbors. But life will go on, exactly like what happened in 2020 and 2021, if you get my drift. Well, at least in Florida anyway. All the while, the government got absolutely fucking robbed by whatever contractors they jobbed the cyber attack task out to. So finally, the last attempt, the last ditch attempt, the same 6 cities in the same 6 states will attempt the same steal that they did in 2020. And they may claim that the Democrat candidate won. I thought they'd replace him, but I think Biden is too egotistical and too power mad to actually step aside, even though he's probably not even aware he doesn't run anything at all. That's why there's continuous White House clarifications of what the president meant, not what he said. So The sheer scale of this cheating will be impossible to cover up, and Beijing Biden will refuse to transfer power, and a constitutional crisis will erupt, and it's possible that Presidential Directive 51 will be invoked. Look it up. I thought Obama would do it. I'm shocked he did not. So the U.S. economy is in a late stage, almost seemingly like controlled demolition right now with this zero life skill administration. I'm waffling back and forth, wondering if they are incompetent or actually malevolent. I mean, idiotic ideas that no rational person would ever consider being a good idea are pushed forward daily. Hey, let's ban gas stoves. Let's ban gas fireplaces. Let's ban diesel-fueled trucks hauling freight in California. Appalachian Mountain people know better than this. How are these guys in charge? Oh yeah, stolen elections have consequences. So everyone knows the White House directs the media to cover the economy. This is how the White House directs the media to cover the economy. Everyone knows the upper 5% know, but the upper 5% know that it's complete shit. This is a very poorly worded sentence, dude. I know what you mean, but it's not what you said. So I see evidence of food inflation around me every day. We had an instance of a pecan pie. I don't say pecan because I don't pee in a can, but a pecan pie for Thanksgiving was $8.99. The exact same fucking pecan pie for Christmas was $9.99. So just saying, I see it. It's not going down. If the prices go down, it's called deflation, and we're definitely not seeing that. It's just the rate of increase of inflation is going down, but inflation is still there. So the Fed will do anything in its power to prop up the economy and tank the U.S. dollar in the process to make things appear to be better. This will result in growth, GDP growth, and inflation, which will exceed the GDP growth and not be effective, and then heating back up. But then they're trying to sell Bidenomics, so they're selling growth, jobs, whatever. The GOP will likely cave to at least one continuing resolution, short-term CR, and then an massive omnibus or minibus package to fund the government longer term. They will not shut the government down, which they should, because they're afraid of voter backlash in November. The GOP will lose control of the House in November regardless. Doesn't matter what they do, they're going to lose control of it. The world will realize Joe Biden is likely to lose in 2024, and illegal immigration in 2024 will be absolutely off the fucking charts. Yes. Again, nothing significant will happen to the FBI, CIA, DHS for the obvious Bill of Rights violations for basically spying on us and suppressing real information as misinformation. Hunter Biden will remain a free man, and Joe Biden will not be impeached, at least for failing to secure the southern border. He probably won't be impeached at all. Again, there'll be more hearings, subpoenas, sternly worded tweets, fire and brimstone on populist podcasts, but that's it. Legacy media will experience a small little bump with their constant TDS Trump bashing during the election season, but most Americans with critical thinking skills have tuned them out already. Oil prices again may peak above $5 a gallon. Fed printing and completely out of control deficits seem to cause that. The Green New Deal will be completely put to bed as we've hit peak green retardation. The U.S. will hopefully fast-track some gas-fired base-load capacity power plants in the U.S. to pick up some of the slack that the green fantasy took offline. So, sorry, YouTube people, you're going on pause. No one made this far on YouTube anyway. We will see you on the other side. So here we go. And hopefully, at the light at the end of the tunnel, it makes Bill Gates shut the fuck up forever as well. So, welcoming our YouTube people back. Geopolitics. Russia, Ukraine. Russia will decisively win the war and claim exactly its initial war goals, unite the Russian-speaking oblast to Crimea, and absorb it all into the Russian Federation. Ukraine will likely be partitioned up, and the western oblast governed by Poland. There might be one desperate thrust, counterattack coming from Moldova, which will expose the United States forces on the battlefield. I predict this gets routed by Russian forces. Again, I'm not pro-Russia, I'm not pro-Ukraine. I'm pro-America. We don't need to be involved in this bullshit. So, Israel, Gaza, Lebanon. I spelled Lebanon wrong here. Let's fix that. Real-time editing, my friends. This will likely escalate into a regional war, and it could spiral out of control in very quick succession. The best outcome is a coalition of Sharia-aligned countries to take the Palestinians in. Hopefully, Americans will take a grand total of fucking 0 and end the conflict permanently. Therefore, that's the least likely to happen. I will go out on a limb and say Israel completes its objectives, but this just kind of simmers on the back burner with continuing agitations against both sides in the conflict. I would avoid all travel to the Middle East. You might get in with no problems, but you might not be able to get out. So, Guyana, Venezuela, slow burn. Venezuela will continuing to see how much they can get away with before someone checks them with a response. The Brits have been in the area this month. Let's see if they take this one on. Not on 1-1. Jesus Christ, it's proofreading scrub. The United States is stretched a bit thin at the moment. West Africa, Niger's coup seemed to work. Nothing really has broken out. I expect nothing major. My God, did I not? Nothing major to break out. There will, of course, be more anti-Christian terror in Nigeria. So, China, Taiwan. China will continue to probe Taiwan's defense. They will not make a move in 2024, but they will also ramp up the rhetoric that if the 2024 Taiwanese election does not go, quote, the way they want it to, look out. So it may happen in 2025. Culture issues, don't cover these very often. Leftoids will finally be outed as the complete hypocrites that they are. The Israel-Hamas conflict exposed it. DEI and ESG will be in the dustbin of history. Entire non-core DEI areas of Fortune 500 companies will be shit-canned, and again, corporations will hire by merit and not by grievance points. This is kind of wishful thinking on my part. That's a pipe dream for me, of course. The transgender fad, which it has been from the beginning, will start to fade into obscurity because it's mainstream now. It'll be cool to not be transgender, and then the, quote, real transgenders will go back to being the boring, annoying, friendless losers they have forever been in history. So that's way long, 13 minutes. Nobody made it this far. Again, this is scheduled to be released at 8:45. But yeah, that's it. That's all we're gonna do. That's all we're gonna do. It's, my God. So if you like my content, hit subscribe, hit the like button, notification bell, leave me a comment, read all the comments of my friends, and in the pinned comment below. Wait, no, there's no pinned comment below. Leave me a comment, read all the comments. Pick up some non-perishable food, and God bless.